Hi guys, and welcome to a new series of videos called Fool of the Week. In this series of videos I'm going to upload once a week is a selection of fools who appear in the news, both political and non-political. These are videos suggested by people on Discord. So our first Fool of the Week is none other than Francois. So a few weeks ago Francois posted a letter to the chief negotiator for the EU, Michel Barnier, and in the letter he made a number of requests and suggestions and statements. And some of the statements, such as the UK wishes to be an independent country, does not want to be under the heel of the EU, and he also made some comments about how the UK doesn't want to be under the jurisdiction of the ECJ, and how they would like to change aspects of the withdrawal agreement. Now this is all quite interesting because Francois actually voted for the withdrawal agreement bill that went through Parliament, that, you know, I assume he read and included many aspects of the things that he was complaining about in the letter. Now what happened was Michel Barnier replied to Francois in a very polite manner, and he explained, well, you know, you voted for this, or your party voted for this, and these are things that were agreed at the time, and we've never considered the UK anything but an independent country, and we've always respected your sovereignty. And of course Francois responded once again by attempting to mock the European Union chief negotiator. So let's hear what he had to say when he was interviewed by Talk Radio.
There's nothing they can do to stop it. So, and what else do we know? We know that last time they talked tough, and they said they would never ever reopen the withdrawal agreement. They would certainly never drop the backstop, and yet in 3 months they did both.
Okay, there's something to say here about this. First of all, they said they wouldn't do it, and then they do it. They did it because there was a change. There was a change of government. Theresa May's government was out, and Boris Johnson's government was in. They said they wouldn't reopen it under the current circumstances. The situation changed. The circumstances changed. So that's why they reopened it.
So empirically, they huff and they puff, and then if they're going to give in, they do it at the last minute. So we probably won't.
But it wasn't about huffing and puffing and giving in at the last minute. The situation changed. You had a new government, and they said, okay, you have a new government, we're willing to reopen the withdrawal agreement. You have to consider that the withdrawal agreement that Theresa May had would have protected Northern Ireland better, in a sense, in respect to the Union, than Boris Johnson's did. Boris Johnson, at the end, put a border in the Irish Sea. Northern Ireland is closer now to the European Union than it would have been under Theresa May's withdrawal agreement.
Won't know till October at least whether they're going to give in again or not. I still think they might, but if they don't, it's Australia. And so the ball is...
It's Australia. As if there is an Australian deal at the moment. There isn't a European-Australian trade deal. The conditions that Australia has with the European Union are so bad. They want to have a trade deal. That's why they're negotiating a trade deal at the moment with the European Union, but nothing has been settled. So this idea, yes, if we don't get what we want, we'll go to the deal that the Australians have with the European Union. But there is no deal.
Is in their court, and as Michel Barnier loves to tell us, the clock is ticking.
I wonder whether
the clock is ticking. So you can't defeat Michel Barnier with rhetoric. You can't defeat him with facts. You can't defeat him on policy. You can't defeat him on anything. So you resort to mocking the way he speaks. That's as far as you can go, Francois. You have to resort to insulting the way he speaks. You know, we've heard from brexiteers for ages how the European Union don't respect us. They don't. They have no respect whatsoever for Britain, for the British people, for Tory MPs. And you're the ones who are turning around and mocking the way Michel Barnier speaks. This, once again, it just demonstrates how much of a fool Marc Francois is. He wrote a letter to Michel Barnier full of incorrect information. Michel Barnier responded in a diplomatic way, correcting him. And his last resort is to insult Michel Barnier's accent. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. Why not become a Patreon and enjoy access to our Discord server where we share news, chat, and have some fun. If you become a patron, you can also make video suggestions on topics that are important to you. Check it out via the link in the description.